Before the Points Guy, I had a prior life working on Wall Street. I was in campus recruiting for a major bank, recruiting technologists. So going from campus to campus and trying to convince engineers and computer scientists to join Morgan Stanley and not Google, Apple, and Microsoft. So I was traveling around, but also raking in tons of frequent flyer miles and credit card points. And about a month after I started, the market started to shatter. So my job became increasingly more difficult when Wall Street was pretty much a terrible place to work. I would go to the Times Square Toys R Us and buy 20 Wii's, the gaming stations, and bring them to MIT and put them on a table out front and say, please come to our information session. So I was raking in the miles and points. My points education began in the 90s. My dad was in healthcare and he didn't even know how to use a computer. So he would actually pay me $10 per flight booking because he would have to book his own travel. And every year we would use his points to take our family of 6 to vacation. So fast forward, when I was at Morgan Stanley and bringing home the bacon in terms of points, my ex at one point was like, you're so good at this, you need to help other people do the same and you could make money doing it. Because to me, miles and points are like a crossword puzzle. I love to sit down and be challenged, say, I have 200,000 points and I want to go to Paris. The airlines tell me no, can it happen? And that's where it began. The Points Guy originally wasn't even a blog. It was a site where you could submit your miles and points on a form and I would review it and say, yeah, I can help you. So PayPal me $50 and I'll tell you exactly to do what you want to do. So June of 2010, I decided I am going to blog every single day because none of the other miles and points bloggers were blogging daily. And that's the one thing I had read, and it's still true to this day. If you want to build a following, you need to be consistent. And about 6 months in, people started to really read the site. And I remember going to my first cocktail party when someone was like, you're the Points Guy? And it was really like the brand had taken a leap on its own. And that's when I knew I'm onto something here, and I love doing what I do. It takes a village to run the Points Guy. We've got about 20 full-time employees and 50 contributors and consultants, and we have PR firms. So there's a lot that goes into it. And one of the biggest advantage points that we have is our social following. So we've invested heavily over the years in promoting our material and getting our really good content out in front of the right people. I've also invested heavily in video. So it takes a lot of time and money to keep the content fresh, but that's what consumers want, and that's what we're going to continue doing. People think I get my flights for free or hotels. I pay for every single thing myself and for all of our employees. And I think that's positioned us to have credibility in the travel space, especially, if you read a hotel review and it's comped, is that a real review? But for us, from the beginning, it's been about credibility. So where we make our money is working with the credit card companies. So when people get credit cards through our website, we're very open about it. Use our link because we get paid from the credit card companies, in which we can then invest in travel and providing the content that you love every day. I think influencer marketing, a lot of people cringe at that, right? I think I became an influencer by accident. I think the first time I was told that was when I was working with a credit card company on helping market their product. So I saw it on an agenda like influencer in the credit card space, and I was like, wow, in the credit card space, I'm just a guy from HR who blogs, but truly, a lot of times in the corporate suite, they don't understand how the real world works. So influencers, we're on the front lines. I'm talking to people who tell us directly how they use their credit cards, what they love about their points, what are their pain points. So I'm proud to be an influencer, and I've helped influence for the better. We now work with credit card companies and we drive home the value proposition that our readers want. So there are certain perks on credit cards that could be rolled away, but we make sure for our readers that they have a voice at that table.